How much should you eat? You should only eat 3/4 stomach. 1/4 should be empty because the stomach has to contract and expand. Half digested fermented food remains in our stomach, causes diseases. First, we get up early in the morning and the breakfast is around 9. The second meal should be between 11 to 2 because the sun is highest at that particular point.
Fasting is the ultimate medicine. So if I have any disease, I fast and I can cure it.
If you do it for 48 days, there are cases where cancer, severe cancer, disappears after 48 days of langanam.
Do's and don'ts of fruits, and what is the correct timing of eating fruits?
Fruits are generally heavy. So you are having lack of appetite. Then I would definitely suggest papaya. See, bananas can go in at night because it is very good for constipation.
What are the kind of liquids that I shouldn't take? In what quantity? How much? What time?
Big questions. If you take cold water, you'll keep feeling more thirsty. When you take hot water, even half a glass, so you won't need water. Almonds, it is called mandam, that which puts off your appetite. Badam is heavy. A maximum a person should take in a day is 2 to 3 or maximum 4. Kismis is the coolant. It increases your HB. You can take 12 to 20 kismises in a day. Especially an anemic person, 20 groundnuts is equivalent to 1 egg.
Dr. Jayshree is a 6th generation Ayurvedic Vaidya and the head of Shree Ayurvedic Multi-Speciality Hospital in Chennai. With over 4 decades of healing experience, she blends classical Ayurvedic wisdom with modern holistic care.
You are supposed to have 6 to 8 teaspoons of ghee per day. That is the quantity ghee is required, trust me. You never put on weight with ghee.
What are some detox drinks that I can take early in the morning on an empty stomach?
Amla day keeps the doctor away. There are 6 types of buttermilks. Depending on the amount of water you add, you have diarrhea, take 1 or 2 teaspoons of fenugreek. Direct with buttermilk, your diarrhea stops. If you are having a skin problem, then neem juice with turmeric. Today, castor oil is like a craze. Putting here at the crown of your head, 2-3 teaspoons here. It cools your whole system down. This oil is that nutrition that is very essential for our brain. If you put castor oil in your eye, it is so good for your eye. At least once a week, some oil should go into our body. At least once a week, the mother rasam, the sweetness should go to our body. Don't hate sweets. It's a rejuvenator. What's the problem with rice? Please have rice. That's a madhur rasam. That is necessary. This craze of millets. They think you avoid carbohydrates and have only millets. Millets is very drying. It's a pittavardhaka. Who said pan is bad? After food, especially after lunch, betel leaf is so good.
Which are the spices which are good for me? Which are the spices which are not good for me?
You need oil.
The bhaji and the pakoras?
Yeah, why not? Oil is there, right? You need to give some lubrication to your joints.
A pioneer in Ayurvedic surgery and herbal innovation, her work continues to inspire global recognition. We're honored to welcome her back on Body to Being podcast, Dr. Jayashree Desika Charulu.
What do you use in the bhaji? You may use potato slices or raw banana slices or ajwain leaf, or you can make bhaji out of anything, right? So all those things inside are also which is an appetizer. It's raining outside, you want something hot. So it's combating the chillness outside.
What I have learned through this podcast is that our body is made up of the 5 elements which are also known as the Panch Mahabhuta, which is earth, fire, wind, water and space. Now these 5 elements come together to form the 3 doshas. So Ayurveda basically says that any ailment that you may have is because of an imbalance between the Vata, Pitta and the Kapha. So if you know the source of that particular disease, you can give it foods through which it can be tackled naturally. In this podcast, we've learned how to tackle different parts of the body, different organs of the body naturally through foods. If you haven't already, I'd be very grateful if you can subscribe to the channel because unfortunately 83% of our viewers don't. Namaskaram, Dr. Jayshree.
Namaskaram.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. So nice to meet you again.
Likewise, your presence lights up the room. And I share a special bond with you. There are very few guests
Me too.
that I can establish this kind of a bond. And in the limited time that I've known you, there's so much about life that I've learned from you. And I can say one thing for sure, that you're a true giver of life, a true Ayurveda Charya who lives Ayurveda in her body, mind, and soul.
Oh, so nice. Thank
Truly.
you.
The last time around, we had an episode which was a viral hit. It was on Ayurvedic Jyotish. This time around, we want to talk about food. How can food be used as a medicine? Because a very famous quote in Ayurveda is that kitchen is your pharmacy. So instead of popping a pill or going to the doctor, I can just go to my kitchen cabinet, right?
And it's true. That's what it was meant to be. Actually, if you see the definition of Ayurveda, it is swasthasya swasthya rakshanam. Then comes aturasa vikara prashamanam, which means keep the person healthy. Right? So first you protect your health. Then if at all you fail to do that, then only medicine comes in. So actually, like you said, it's about when you eat, what you eat, how much you eat. That is actually of major importance, which people have forgotten now. So that I'm sure is one of the most important thing we'll be conveying to the public today. So that's really good.
If I eat food as medicine, I am sure to be in the best state of healthfulness without any disease.
Yes, because you are what you eat. Ultimately, right? Whatever goes in is only through our mouth and through our thoughts. So, whatever food we consume, that is of most important. It's not only about what. People always think it's only about the food, about the nutrition. It is not so. It is about how much, the quantity, the quality, the time of food you eat. It should be in coordination with the nature.
Okay, ma'am. So, as you said, we can begin with how to eat, when to eat, what to eat, how much to eat, so that I can be in the best state of healthfulness and prevent any disease now and in the future.
Exactly.
Let's take this one by one.
Yeah. So the first point is what to eat, when to eat. So let us go by the time first. We get up early in the morning and the breakfast is around 9. That's fine. Okay. You can get up, have a cup of tea, coffee, milk, whatever is probably, even choco coffee or any of the herbal drinks that people are now used to taking, which is actually also a good habit. So that is one. The second one is the first time is around 9 o'clock where you have a mild breakfast. Breakfast should always be mild. It should not be heavy. You don't start with a heavy meal at all because body is ready to work. That time if you put food, immediately after food, you go into a little bit of a lethargic mode. So that's not a good start for work. So always breakfast should be light, comfortable to keep you going. Initially, it used to be only one food a day meal. Afternoon meal. The sadhu
Acha.
sannyasis and all during the olden days, only one meal a day. Then it became 2 and now it is kind of 3.
No,
and now it
sometimes
has
it's
gone
10.
much more.
Ketos and all those fancy diets are suggesting.
All these fancy diets, but actually that's how it's supposed to be. The second meal should be between 11 to 2 because the sun is highest at that particular point. So our digestive enzyme, which is again a Jatragni, it's a Agni. So just as the sun is highest between 11 and 2, our digestive power also is highest between 11 and 2. So that should be the time of proper meal. Okay, the main heavy meal of the day should be between this time. And the third thing should be around sunset. So just as it is connected with the sun, sunsets at around 7 o'clock. So that should be the last meal of the day. After that, our digestive enzymes or our hormones and enzymes go towards other things like immunity and other things. So digestion won't be so good after that. So 7, your dinner should actually close. But after eating at 7, some people do have this feeling that, okay, 10:30, you feel a little hungry.
Correct.
So that's the time you're supposed to take maybe a glass of milk or maybe a fruit. That's the only 2 things that is allowed. So the last meal at 7. Now, this is the timing. But how much should you eat? Now, this habit is there that, you eat until your stomach is full, which is wrong. You should only eat 3/4 stomach. 1/4 should be empty because the stomach has to contract and expand. Correct. So that 1/4 of gap should be there where the stomach will aram se contract and expand. That will see that digestion will be good. So 3/4 stomach only.
So my question is, how do I know कि my tummy is filled 3/4 या मेरा पेट 3/4 भर चुका है?
Exactly. When you want the last chapati or the last ladle of rice, you're tempted to take, stomach is full. The temptation is what makes you feel, chalo ek aur khate hain. That's wrong. So that last point you should stop. So that means your stomach will contract and expand properly and the digestion will be perfect. So that particular thing we have to see. Then comes how much you should eat. 3/4 is fine. But in 3/4, how much should be solid and liquid? That's a very big question. Half of what you take can be solid and half should be the side dish when you are hungry.
So half solid meaning what foods?
Three-fourth, whatever is three-fourth,
Yeah.
in that half is solid. That means whether it is upma, idli, dosa, pongal.
Or
And
rice,
the
millets,
rice, millets,
chapati.
whatever it is.
Okay.
But the other half should be such side dishes. Maybe you have some raita, you have some chutney, you have some sambar, dal. All these things should be the other half. That is actually when you are really hungry. But there are times when we are not hungry, but we sit to eat. So at that time, the solid should be only 1/4. The side dish should be more.
Ah.
Same thing for a person who is obese. He is obese, he is supposed to eat less. No, that's not the time he goes half. He should take less of solid but fill the stomach with other things. The other 3/4 will be full of that. Now, what happens? Liquid is easier to digest. So, the solid portion will be less, the liquid portion will be more. So, the sum quantity of what you're eating will be correct. So you will not go into ama. When food is not digested, it retains in the body, and that retention of undigested food is what is called ama. Ama is the undigested food that remains. Suppose you're tempted. Oh, you love the breakfast, puri sabji. Okay. बहुत खा लिया. So when you get up, you feel, I ate too much, which means that you have definitely eaten more. Now our digestive power is not sufficient enough to digest the whole thing. So that half digested fermented food remains in our stomach. Now this is the thing that spreads in our body and causes diseases. Ama is something like a slimy object.
Mucus?
What
like you
does
can
this
feel
look?
it?
Yeah, you can
You can see it?
maybe in a pig or something like that, but otherwise, see, okay, yeah, we can see if you vomit. When undigested food, you vomit, how it is
Correct.
like,
mucusy.
so slimy, and
Yeah,
you see that half
Yeah, yeah.
digested food and all coming out.
Even pooping sometimes that happens.
It happens. That
Yeah.
is when the acne is really bad, it comes out in the poop.
Okay.
Remember, because it goes through the intestine and all. Poop may not immediately show, but when it is vomiting, immediately it will show that it comes out like a phlegm. Especially when you're having cold and all, how much you vomit phlegm. All those are not digested. What does it do? It goes and gives a coating on the intestine. The intestine gets coated. So now what happens? Like the pipe. You open the pipe and you see that whole black thing is coated. How can anything get absorbed in that? So slowly and steadily, our absorption becomes almost nil. Then you don't feel hungry, you don't have energy, you feel sluggish. All this is because the coating is still there. So why do you do fastam? Why do you have to fast? It was compulsory in those days. They used to say one Thursday or one Saturday, don't eat at night. At least one time you go hungry, go
Or
light.
Ekadashi.
Ekadashi is full day. Once a week will be one night. Okay?
Okay.
Ekadashi will be especially on the Ekadashi day, because Ekadashi, the moon turns. So that is the time when our digestion will be very minimum. So at that time, the watery content or the digestion will not be so good. So that is the day they say fasting. The whole day when you fast. Now, fasting means what? Not that you should not take anything. You can take liquids. So what you do, breakfast and dinner, you take liquids. But then the other things, you can go in for soups, kanjis, things like that. So that whole day when you take liquids, it gives time for your food to digest the unwanted digested particles existing in your body.
Okay.
So this is how we are supposed to fast. Krishna Jayanti, for example,
Yeah.
most of the Krishna Jayanti will be preparing so many dishes, right?
Correct.
So morning, whole day they will fast,
Yeah.
because he was born at night. So night they'll do all that naivedyam and all. That day alone they will eat at night. But because of that, they fast right from morning to night. They don't take anything except maybe a cup of coffee. For a traditional person who was doing it, that's how they do it. And along with that, in the end, the one main thing which they always insist to prepare is chukku vellam. That is dry ginger and jaggery powder. They make a laddu, no? Very good digested. So you're going to eat all those stuff. You need something for digestion, no? So what is it followed up by? It is followed up by that ginger laddu. And then the next day morning, compulsory, only pepper rasams. And this mung dal ka payasam. Because the Lord is born, they give mung dal ka payasam, pepper rasam, which is fully digestive. So because of the heavy thing previous day, they make sure that the next day everything is so digested. And she is a lady who has just given birth. So in that pretext also it goes on. So you can see that every festival has got something behind it.
Super,
So
yes.
food has always been something that is modulated to a person's necessity through the rutu, through the time, the occasion, the function, the season, everything.
Okay, beautiful,
that's
beautiful.
something.
That's why they say, na, Langana Param Aushadham.
Yes, exactly.
Fasting is the ultimate medicine.
Ultimate, it
So
is
if I have any
ultimate.
disease, I fast and I can cure it to quite an extent,
Quite
right?
an extent, especially if you do it for 48 days. You know, there are cases where cancer, severe cancer, disappears after 48 days of Langanam. You can see some life back in them. They
Wow.
can come back. That is the power of fasting. Fasting is awesome. It clears the fog, not only in the body, all that undigested thing, the mind clears up. You fast and you can find so much of clarity in your mind also. So it is not only sharirik, it is mansik also.
When you say 48 days of fasting, ma'am, does it
One
mean
mandala.
continuously I fast for 48 days?
Yeah, means they may just go in for, say, liquids or kanjis and things like that, where they
Or
don't have
fruits?
solid. Fruits maybe, but generally they go only for liquids. Now, in liquids, you can have a fruit juice or a vegetable
Okay.
soup or things like
Okay,
that.
okay.
But that is like the ultimate when you feel there's nothing else. Yes, Jains and all fast, right?
Yeah.
For them, it is
Yeah,
a thing.
Paryushan and all, yeah.
Muslims fast for 1 month. Actually, even we have got a lot of fasting days and other things. So, in all dharmas or all aspects of life, fasting has been given a lot of importance.
Correct. I want to understand from you in each of the following verticals of diet, starting with fruits, what fruits can I eat, what fruits I cannot eat, so do's and don'ts of fruits, in how much quantity, and what is the correct timing of eating fruits. If you can let us know about this in detail, and also what are some incompatible fruits.
Okay. See, fruits are generally heavy. Though we think that,
Oh.
yeah, fruits are heavy. So you have a heavy meal and then follow it up with a fruit, it is not advisable. Fruit itself is food.
Oh.
Okay.
But it is
So,
said that fruit increases digestive fire, Jhataragni and all.
yeah, so that will take care of the ama which is built up. It doesn't mean that you should have the fruit along with the food. Okay, so that is one thing. You want to have a fruit breakfast, have only a fruit breakfast. Don't have a dosa and a idli and a fruit and things like that. So, sum total should always never exceed the 3/4. That is very important. So, now again, in fruits also, you have got fruits which are heavy and which are light. Okay, so jackfruit,
Oh.
very heavy.
Yeah.
Mango, heavy. So these all come under the heavy category. So these are the things that you take when you're doing a fasting and don't want to have food and you take this.
Okay. Or for that meal, I just want to have fruits,
You
nothing
just
else.
have that and then don't have anything
Yeah.
else. The other things are you want to go for a liquid diet. Then watermelon, muskmelon, juices, which really provide.
Which
So
have water-
oranges and satkudis, they are all light in nature,
Which
right?
have more of water content.
More of water content. So those sort of things which will, maybe it is a summer, you need more liquid in your body. Those timings, you should use fruits like this more. Correct, no? And suppose you want to go only for fruits you are having, then maybe the banana and jackfruit and those heavy things can go in the afternoon. But morning and night, then you should have something light, right? Like an apple,
Okay.
right? A pear, guava, things like that, which can be lighter, but it will be sufficient enough to keep you going.
Okay. So, banana or mango or jackfruit should not be the first thing that you have in the morning?
Generally, lunch would be more preferable. And night, see, bananas can go in at night because it is very good for constipation. And sort of, you eat at 7 and then you feel that, no, I do need something. Banana is kind of a softener and it is a filler also. But along with banana, I wouldn't say then take another fruit along with that. If you're having a banana, if it's a small one, two. If it is a big one, one. But bananas are, that is why for fasting, banana has been given so much importance. Because it's a filler. It gives you the necessary nutrition, yet it is light enough and it is moist, it is not dry. Remember, for our body, moistness is very important.
Correct. What about papaya?
Papaya is good, it is an appetizer, basically heat, pitta. So you can take it when you feel that you need to, increase your appetite or you want to have something in the afternoon. So you are having lack of appetite and you're not really so hungry. Then I would definitely suggest papaya to be the, main fruit that you take.
Okay. Or early in the morning, the fruits I shouldn't eat, preferably, should be banana, mangoes, jackfruit.
Yes.
Now, North Indians would say jackfruit is a fruit. I'm just going to tell you an instance. I was come to Bangalore with some North Indians in my family only. You know, they can't stand the smell of jackfruit. And they're like, how can you eat jackfruit? Throw it away.
I know. And I was also surprised when a friend of mine came from Gujarat, and she was also like, I had brought the jackfruit and they were the sweetest ever,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I offered it to them. They didn't take even a single
Yeah.
point. No. Funners, हम नहीं खाते हैं इधर.
हाँ, वो
Like,
तो
it was
सब्जी
so
में use होता
funny.
है. Correct. Because it's used for sabjis, usually,
No,
typically, even in North
not
India.
the ripe one. The raw one is used for
Correct,
sabji
correct.
when
The
it's-
raw
yeah.
one. For ripe, they think it is stale. Now throw it away.
No, ripe one will be very tasty.
For
if
South
it is
Indians.
at the if it is at the right thing. You know.
Correct. No, it's super
Really
tasty.
good. It's
but
a super tasty.
Yeah.
And very good also, very healthy also.
Acha.
But it is heavy.
Heavy.
You don't have a jackfruit with a dinner or a lunch. It is something separate.
Okay.
And then with honey, yummy.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You take it with honey, it is really
Like
too
drizzle
good.
some honey over jackfruit.
Either they do that or dip it with honey and have. A very common thing. Yeah.
Okay. And then have the seeds. Boil the seeds. I love the seeds.
Yeah, the seed can be used as some vegetable also. They make sambar, they make sabji out of the seed.
Correct.
So all
Understood.
those things is there.
Okay. So early in the morning, the fruits that you shouldn't be eating is the heavy ones, which is mangoes, bananas, jackfruits. And the fruits that I can have is watermelon is a good fruit to begin with, or muskmelon.
Yeah, watermelon as a, at the end of the breakfast, but maybe you can have, muskmelon, apple, sapota, all those other things
Okay.
can be
Chiku.
taken both. Yeah,
Yeah.
chiku. Berries also you can have. Only the proportion you should be careful. The sum total of the fruits you eat should not exceed even a breakfast.
Okay.
It
How-
should
what
be
is the
like half
proportion,
stomach.
ma'am?
I would say half stomach. Fruits are heavy. So I wouldn't say 3/4, right? Half stomach of cut fruits and then maybe a glass of fruit juice.
Okay. So let's say a watermelon. Can I have half a watermelon? No.
You won't be able to.
I eat one watermelon.
It's awesome.
But I just have
But that is the
watermelon.
only thing you take, right? You
Correct.
don't take anything
Yeah.
else. So that is fine. See, watery content is more. So very easily digestible. It will not be as solid as other things,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So that way it is all right. So
Okay.
according to your capacity,
Okay.
again listen to your body language. If you feel, okay, I'm full, I don't want, leave it.
Basically, the idea is quantity depends on my fullness. Whatever feels half full to me,
Yes.
that much quantity
That
of
should be
fruit
the
I
solid.
should take.
The other quarter should be the liquid, whatever you have with
Yeah.
fruit juice or something.
Perfect. For afternoon, I can take all these heavy fruits such as bananas, papayas, jackfruit, right?
Yes.
And
And any other combo of fruits, whatever you prefer, basically.
sure. And in the evening, what are the kind of fruits that I can take?
That is night or evening, whatever. It can be something like an apple or a sapata or anything, pear or berries, oranges, satakudi, anything of those things will be good.
Perfect.
Summer, I would actually advise more of juices,
Okay.
buttermilk, lassi. Anything will be very good for summer because that's the time actually you don't feel hungry in summer. Honestly, you look
Yeah.
back and see, you'd rather have a juice than a fruit. So
Correct.
more of juices in summer and in, of course, winter. Winter you feel really hungry. At that time you would like to have fruits as such. Or
Correct.
food as such. You
Yeah.
feel hungry.
Correct.
Winter will definitely make you need. That's why, in North India, especially Gujarat and other things, that's the time they'll prepare all this laddus,
Yeah.
that heavy laddus, udad laddus and all these heavy substances which you would love to have.
Correct.
Because
Because
at the time
Agni.
Agni is strong.
High, correct.
Agni is strong.
Correct. And in summers, the Agni is low, which is why you don't feel that hungry.
and you
in
feel more
winters,
thirsty because the sun dries up so much of your, energy level and water gets drained out. So all you need is more water or more juices or more liquids you need.
Okay.
And here I would just like to put in one word. I have a cousin who used to work in desert region. Okay, so he was a surveyor, so he'll go to that hot Bhopal and the place is really hot. They never used to take anything to eat because they used to feel so this thing. And you'll be very surprised when they were really thirsty, they used to drink hot water. I was like astonished. In that heat, how do you take hot water? He said, you have to understand one thing. The body has to balance the heat, internal and external. If you take cold water, you'll keep feeling more thirsty. So you'll end up drinking too much water. When you take hot water, even half a glass, your
Correct.
internal body temperature and external balance, so you won't need water. Such perfect logic, no?
Superb.
So every region has got something or other. which gives us a knowledge.
Uh-huh.
That I was really
Nice.
impressed with that. I said,
Yeah.
wow, what logic. Like,
Correct, correct. So in summers, I should not take cold water. I should rather heat the water and take
yeah,
hot
take
water, warm
lukewarm water.
water.
You'll not keep feeling thirsty. And you remember, whenever in summer you go and pick up ice water and juices, don't you feel thirsty immediately? And you keep feeling like drinking more cold water. And what happens? You're putting out the fire, and your fire goes off. You won't eat food properly, or the food you eat will not get digested. Then all those, prakriya starts. Now, how much fruit should actually a person take? So you can take, say, 2 or 3 hours after a meal, you can take a fruit, because fruit and food together may be heavy. So, 1 cup of fruits, cut pieces, you can take one full cup. That is 2 or 3 hours after a meal. Whereas for elders and children, it has to be only half cup. Then it is easy to digest. So, this is something that we should remember.
Okay, so what I do is, like I'm giving you an example. If I actually have my meals between 10 and 11, so 10 o'clock if I've had fruit, then maybe 11:30 I'll have brunch. Is that okay?
No, let us go like this. Basically, 3 meals. It's either breakfast, then it's a lunch, and then it's a dinner, right? In between should be something very light snacks. So you can't have a heavy meal in between. Now, what is happening in your case? You're skipping the breakfast.
Correct.
So actually, you should go in only for brunch. So if you want to have a fruit, it should be somewhere around that 8, 9 o'clock or something like that. And then you go for 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you can have a brunch. But if that is too close, having one just half an hour before is too close.
1.5 hours is too close.
Yeah, isn't it? 3 hours is what we require. 1.5 hours is okay, sort of.
Okay, okay.
So, not a perfect solution, but doable.
Since we're talking about fruits, let's cover dry fruits. How should I have my dry fruits and in what quantity and when? What time?
A perfect question which is very, very needed today. Today, everybody thinks dry fruits is the ultimate, so you must have a lot of dry fruits. And believe me, they take a bowl of dry fruits.
Correct.
Now, dry fruits are very heavy. There's no question of taking a bowl of dry fruits. They say, okay, what do you do, ma'am? I take 7 to 10 badam, I just soak it in water, and then, I peel it and have it in a day. And then I put some nuts and everything. I make a juice, and that's the first thing I have in the morning. First thing, you're clogging your body. It is heavy. Badam is heavy. A maximum a person should take in a day is 2 to 3 or maximum 4. With a person who is really a pitta can probably have 4. But otherwise, I would say 2. Because it's not only that you are having. With badam, you're going to have almonds. Almonds is again something very difficult to digest. It is called mandam, that which puts off your appetite. Cashew nut is good, but only 2 or 3 or maximum 4. Individually, not with food. If you're seasoning it with paisam or something, you season it with ghee and put. That's why in the whole paisam, you may put 10 or 12. You don't put more than that, which is divided among 5, 6 people, right? So, maximum what you should take is maybe 2 badams, 4 cashew nuts, then other things, dates and anjeer and all, 2. So, just imagine all put together is one whole fist full of dry fruits.
Correct, like a trail mix.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, that itself is breakfast.
Okay.
So, ho gaya, means that's fine.
So I can have a dry fruit breakfast with just a trail mix. Two of each dry fruit.
2 to each, and maybe 1 or 2 more of kajur, or maybe cashew can be 4. But this would be an ideal thing, because breakfast is never meant to be too much. It's not supposed to be a filler. It is supposed to be a okay stuff where your mind and body is light enough to go and start the day.
Correct.
You don't start the day with a heavy meal. I know in some places they have lunch at 10 and then they start their day. But what happens, no? When you digest a heavy meal, kapha is the first thing that is produced. Kapha is something that causes lethargy, dullness, sleepiness. Your mind will not be active. You won't be able to think sharply or solve any issues. And you start the day with something like that, which is actually a no-no.
Understood. Got it. So, but the takeaway is don't have a bowl full of just badam, just cashews, just pistas, or just raisins, but just take 2, or you can take 2 of each. But if you're taking 2 of each, then that combined bowl of trail mix should just be one meal, should just be your breakfast.
Just be
preferably.
your breakfast.
What about soaking? That's a big question. Should we soak all our dry fruits?
Not necessarily. You can soak some at night and then, take it in the morning. You can directly take the dry fruits also. So that, there are 50% of people who believe either this or that. But basically, dry fruit is good for health as long as you digest it.
Okay, so the question about soaking, ma'am, is that dry fruits are pitta, right? There's heat in them. So if I don't soak my dry fruits.
Not all dry fruits, okay? Kismis is
Okay.
the best one, which is a coolant.
Okay.
It increases your HB. Kismis is the one thing you can take a fistful, you can take 12 to 20 kismises in a day. Especially an anemic person, he takes kismis, it's very good. So the portion of kismis can be more in your, the dry fruit bowl.
Acha.
Like that you can take.
But badam, kajus, pishtas, should I soak them or not?
You can.
Okay. You must or you can?
You can.
Okay. Okay. So that pitta doesn't
Not
interfere?
really. See, cashew is manda.
Okay.
Then the other two are madhurasam. So pitta will not increase.
Okay. There is a question that people often ask is if I have thyroid, can I take peanuts?
Yes, you can. Not too much. Peanuts are good. See, 20 groundnuts is equivalent to one egg. 20 groundnuts is equivalent to one egg. So it's not necessary that if you are a vegetarian, you don't have proteins at all. Most of the things we prepare has got proteins.
Correct. Let's come to the liquids now, ma'am. What are the kind of liquids I should take? So, do's and don'ts of liquids. What are the kind of liquids that I shouldn't take? In what quantity? How much? What time?
Big questions.
See, every time we have you, big questions accompany.
Now let us start with water. Water is also a liquid. So big controversy. You have to sip so many glasses of water in a day. And then some say no, some say yes. But let us think logically. If you're going to keep on drinking water, what is your digestion? It is a digestive fire. So you keep drinking water, then you're putting off the fire. So how will you digest your food? So if you're starting the meal, it should be sips. Just 1 or 2 sips before the meal is okay. In between, it is called muhur. That is in between the food. You can take little liquid so that the food will get properly churned and digested. And in the end of the meal, you should take 1 glass of water.
Oh, you should?
Yeah,
But then
little.
my digestive fire will get
No,
diluted.
it is just helping it. Just like atta bunte hain. Then you have to make the meal soft. So whatever meal you have taken, that is get it blend well with the water. Just like you put little water in the mixie and then you churn the mixie. It makes easier, no?
Okay.
So something like that. So 1 glass of water after a meal is definitely advised.
But ma'am, when I have 1 glass of water after a meal, I feel very, uncomfortably full.
That means you're taking more than 3/4 food.
Okay.
Half food, no? Half food, then little bit we are leaving for liquid, no? That is where water comes in.
Acha. And this is all room temperature water?
Yes, always. Yeah, except if you have got indigestion, it should be hot water. Okay, so that is one thing about having water little. Drinking 6-7 cups of water in the morning. That's again one thing that many people believe
Yeah.
in. Suppose you have constipation
Okay.
and you want to cleanse your body or something, then the first thing can be 2-3 glasses of water or something. But that is it. It doesn't mean that throughout the day you take too much water. If you have a constipation, you want to clean your gut, you take little water, all that is fine. Okay. After a breakfast, you take little water, that is to blend the food. And then other things are the juices and other things cover the entire other part of the day. Whenever you feel like, you take little water. But always listen to your body language. Your body is so smart. If you want water, the body will tell you, I'm thirsty. Simple, no? Why complicate matters?
And why do you say don't have cold water?
It puts out the fire. Agni has to be hot. The stove has to burn. If you put water on the burner, the stove will not burn, no?
But buttermilk should be had cold.
Not cold. See, anything from fridge is definitely a no-no as far as Ayurveda is concerned. We do
Okay.
not keep anything in the fridge and have. You can keep it in a matka, the pot. The
Natural coolness.
Natural coolants. The pot is a coolant. It breathes, it actually gives out that water outside and the water inside is so cool. That's a natural cool that actually brings down the unwanted temperature in the body. It regularizes the temperature in the body. So that water is fine. But you don't drink ice cold water. Ice cold water is you're chilling your digestive enzymes. You're diluting it. Then how do you expect it to do good to you, right?
Early in the morning, as you mentioned, that there is a tendency for people to have a lot of water, right? Some say have half liter of water, some say have 1 liter of water. Early in the morning, how much liquid or water should I have on an
Maybe
empty
a glass
stomach?
or two,
That's all?
if you're thirsty. But to cleanse the intestine and all, you can take a glass or two of water. But never overdo it. My point is only that much. Just because you have to drink water, you take 10 glasses of water
Yeah.
and 15 glasses of water, which means your breakfast should go out. Because there's no fire. What breakfast are you going to have?
Oh, yeah.
And the water dilutes, no?
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We want a balance. We don't want to dilute anything or pep up anything.
You know, one celebrity, this was trending actually on YouTube, a very famous celebrity, I won't name her. She said, I start my day at 6:30 and then go on a water therapy. So I have water, then I have this detox drink, then this detox drink. So 3 liters of drinks I will have, and then I'll have my breakfast. So that is wrong.
I feel that is wrong. See, she can't have a breakfast after that. You just imagine you're taking three liters of everything, right? Taking juices is right, but too much is also wrong, no? See, one day you have a lemon and ginger juice. Another day you make something else, that ABC drink, or you have this amla and ginger, and so many combinations nowadays people have come up with. I'm really very happy. They think and they are doing a very good thing, but don't overdo it. One day you have this, another day you have a, leaves, like, you have a drumstick juice and you have so many juices. One day you have that, third day you have a fruit or something like that. So 7 days can be 7 different juices according to the season. If it is summer, go in more for satakudi and things like that. If it is winter and you feel that you're more hungry, take a badam milk, because winter your appetite is always higher.
Okay.
So things like that, think and use your knowledge. Yes, you should have juices, but according to the season, according to your appetite, according to your digestion.
Okay. Coming to detox drinks, what are some detox drinks that I can take early in the morning on an empty stomach?
The best would be the lemon ginger combination with maybe a dash of honey, or you know things like that, which is actually very good because lemon is a very good cleanser. So you can go for a coriander, jeera, and fennel water. Okay, that would be one thing. That is a very good digestive also. Okay, so that one drink. In that, the portion is 1 teaspoon of coriander, fennel seeds, soak overnight in 1 liter of water, boil and strain it. This will improve digestion, bloating, balances the pitta vata. So this actually is a good combination which even Ayurveda will support. Then the other one is the amla and tulsi. No doubt about it. They both are very good. Tulsi is also a very good immunity booster. And so is amla. Amla day keeps the doctor away. I wouldn't say that for apple, but I will definitely say it for amla. And it's a very good balancer. 6 tastes left, 5 tastes are present in amla. So it's a filler for the body. It gives a requirement what is necessary for the body. So definitely amla is a yes. And tulsi is a very good combo. So amla and tulsi, you make a juice and drink. It is really very
Like
good.
normal juice, grated?
Yeah, grate it and make it a juice, or just churn it in the mixie also is fine.
Okay.
So that is very good.
So what my mom does is that she'll soak amla overnight,
Yes.
grate that,
Yes.
boil it in the water, and then we drink that in the morning.
You may boil also. That is your choice. But otherwise, you can just have it as a juice also. You can add, rock salt. You can add pepper. The choice is yours.
Okay.
Some people also add honey. So it depends on your taste buds. So what you like. But pepper is always a very good digestive add-on. So that will be very good.
Super.
Then the other one is aloe vera and mint. Mint, is very good for the body. Aloe vera is a great coolant, especially in summer when it's really very hot and all. And for a pitta person, very good. So this is another combination that you can have. This is what, see, these drinks, one day one. Don't make it like a everyday ritual that you have every day and every day you have so many cups of juices and all. Actually, you'll be diluting. So it's better to have one glass. Everything they say, hitam mitam. Proper quantity and which is good for you. That would be the right choice.
Super. Super.
Then beetroot, carrot, ginger. That because the blood count increases and other things. So beetroot, carrot and ginger is another combination very commonly known today. So
Okay. To continue watching shorter pieces of this content, you can subscribe to Shlloka Clips on YouTube. I had a question about the ABC juice, apple, beetroot, carrot, very famous. Why I think it's a problem is because in Ayurveda they say, no, you shouldn't mix vegetable and fruit together. So here you're mixing beetroot and apple together. Is that correct?
tough question.
Yeah.
Because for me, A is amla.
Oh, okay.
So I go by that. I don't go by the word apple. But many people think that apple a day keeps the doctor away. So they use that. But basically, apple is slightly dry in nature, good for health. So
Okay.
once in a while, fine. But if you do it on
Yeah.
an everyday basis, I would say no.
Instead of apple A, can we add amla A?
Amla A.
Amla, carrot, beetroot works?
Yeah, it works. No. So I would rather prefer that combo.
Okay, okay. Perfect. I've heard that it's a very good remedy for people who have low hemoglobin.
Yes, because beetroot is supposed to increase the HB.
So I had a question around milk and the juices to my mind. If there's any other liquid you want to talk
See,
about?
milk is no doubt good. And nowadays there's a big question mark that is the milk good or not? Because
Quality of
today,
milk.
Quality of milk.
Yeah.
Because today we really don't know what milk is good, whether the cow is injected with hormones or not injected with hormones. See, this question mark always remains. The doubt is there in our mind also. What Ayurveda generally believes is you put off 2-3 pinches of turmeric, haldi, and 2-3 pinches of pepper in that. That removes the doshas. So that is one very good thing that we can follow when we are taking milk, whether the kids or elders, that I feel is a
Okay.
good add-on. That is as far as milk is concerned.
I have a question on milk. In yoga, ma'am, now I don't ask this question to a lot of guests. The yogic perspective, we don't have milk. We don't touch milk. We can have buttermilk, but not milk. And the idea is that milk is heavy on the digestion. In fact, even kids above the age of 3 should not have milk because very few people have the necessary enzymes to digest milk. And the logic is that, if you drop milk on your hand, it becomes sticky, right? That is why milk enzymes are used in the textile industry as adhesives. Now, if you're putting milk in your system, what's going to happen to the colon? It's going to be sticky, which means any other food that you put will also stick and your complete evacuation, bowel movement will not happen. This in turn will go to your head and you will have a problem doing yoga and meditation. That is the idea. Do you agree with this?
Means, I don't think there's a controversy here.
Okay.
Milk generally, when it is taken separately. So that itself is one solid thing that you're taking. You're not taking with other heavy foods. Understood? That's one thing. When you're giving milk to children,
Yeah.
you are supposed to dilute it with water, glass of water. Milk is never taken full like that. So this was generally done. And when you're giving the children, they used to put some, 2-3 pinches of ginger or pepper or turmeric, something they'll put in the milk and give. Milk is known as Jeevaniyam, that which is good for body. So we won't say milk is bad, but how much milk you take, how you take it is very important. Now you take basundi, full, thick, good milk, and they'll take it as a dessert after a full meal. No, you don't do that. So that should be, if you're taking, that should be the only thing you're taking, fine, not more than that. So it is how much you take, what you take, when you take, that is very important. You should dilute it. Even mother's milk, if you say no, mother's milk will be very dilute. It'll never be thick. So these are the things that is very essential.
Okay. Also, if people have milk and milk products regularly, they have a lot of kapha in their body, mucus in their body. So
milk
if I have milk,
induces kapha.
so if I have milk regularly, I could be prone to respiratory issues.
No, how much kapha it will give you? It's only if you have milk and milk. Too much of milk alone will cause kapha. Milk is good. Phlegm has to come out. A person has got too much cold, nose block, throat pain. They should take turmeric milk. So they boil milk, they put half teaspoon of turmeric, they'll put pepper, they'll put 2 teaspoon ghee in that milk. If you want, you add sugar or jaggery. This hot you drink, say your throat starts paining at night, 2 o'clock. Go and drink this. Don't feel lazy. You will not get cold or throat pain the next day. Instant result. I've tried it thousands of times.
Okay.
Immediately it will stop. 2:33, you start feeling the dryness in the throat that you're going to get. Don't feel lazy. Go and make that and you drink that hot glass of milk. Super, it will disappear.
Even for insomnia, they say golden milk, turmeric
Golden
milk
milk,
is,
turmeric milk is good even in insomnia. See,
So before going to
it is
bed every
something
day.
that is a rasayana. That means that which is good for the body. Only if extreme or only if it is not good does it harm the body. Otherwise, milk is good.
You were talking about the quality of milk. That's again very questionable. how do I deal with, because now we are living in urban cities, most of us, right? We don't have a cow in our backyard. How should we deal with the quality of milk? What kind of milk should we have?
No, that is the problem. They say to milk, they say so many things. The only way we can, satisfy ourselves is by putting the turmeric and pepper, what I told you.
So even if it is an A1 milk or some milk jiska source I do not know, if I put turmeric and pepper, it'll be
Healthy,
fine?
most of the things, it is a kind of a detox thing. So if you have that, it will not bother you so much.
Even the quality of milk will not be a problem.
Should not be much of a problem.
Since we're talking about liquids, tell me about buttermilk.
Buttermilk is an awesome topic, okay? One of my favorites. Actually, in our Centennial Souvenir also, my article was about buttermilk. There are 6 types of buttermilks, depending on the amount of water you add.
Oh.
Okay, there's 1 part water, 2 part water, like that, 6 different types of buttermilk. Each has got its own beautiful qualities. It's really very wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay? But basically, buttermilk should be taken every day. It's a very good digestive. Curd is congestive, buttermilk is digestive. So, buttermilk after food is a very welcome thing. It's good for the body, especially in summer. You should have buttermilk. It keeps your pitta regulated. It should not be sour in taste. You should not have khatta buttermilk. You should have buttermilk that is fresh. And what you can add to it, you can add salt. I'll tell you some 2-3 things which buttermilk is very good for. You have diarrhea, you take 1 or 2 teaspoons of fenugreek, direct, without powdering, the whole fenugreek. You swallow it with buttermilk, your diarrhea stops. Unless the infection is very bad or something. Otherwise, this is a very good remedy for loose motions, for stomach upsets. When the motion is not okay, you have stomach pain, you have this buttermilk and methi. It's so good.
So you talked about these 6 kinds of buttermilks. This is for different kind. If I have different kinds of diseases, I should take these
There
buttermilks?
are different things, yes.
Okay.
There
But
are
what
different-
if I do not have any disease, just for my general health?
If your stomach is not full, if it's not immediately after a thing, a lassi is very good, which is thick.
Yeah.
So lassi is fine. But supposing it is summer, very hot, then liquid buttermilk is good, in which you will put this curry leaf, you will put that, kothmeer, coriander leaf, and then salt and a little bit of probably sugar or something, jeera powder, anything to enhance the buttermilk. But there can be nothing so satisfying a drink as a buttermilk.
Correct.
Because it keeps your body really temperature regularized and good.
And gut
it's a
health.
very good digestive. It's very good for gut health. For gut health, nothing like buttermilk.
So if I'm consuming it for general health maintenance, how much water should I add?
50-50.
Acha. So one
For
part
general-
water, one part
One
curd.
part water, 1 part buttermilk, nicely churned, you can have it. Generally, you top up a meal with a buttermilk.
Acha. Another question here is that, many people think that if I take curd and if I put water in the curd, mix it and then drink it, that's buttermilk. That's not buttermilk. You're supposed to churn it, remove the milk from the buttermilk, right?
No, not necessarily. You churn it well. Like I said, there are 6 types, no? So curd, if you churn it very well and the water remains there is no problem in that one.
Okay.
Okay, so only sometimes if you don't want some particular, too much this thing or something, then you have to remove or filter it and use the way for preparing anything else. Now, supposing you're preparing Srikhand or you're preparing something where you need a thick curd, then the decanted water has got lot of ingredients in that which is very good for the body. So please use it for making some curry or some other thing you can use it off. Don't throw the water away, and you can use the thick curd below. Curd is probiotic. Obviously, it is going to be very good for the body.
Okay. Okay. So it is okay if I just take curd, put water, mix it. How much? Hand churned or like blend mixer? Mixer is fine. Mixie.
No issues.
For how much time should I mix it?
Just a minute.
Oh, that's all.
In
And
a
then
mixie,
drink it.
1 minute is quite okay, right?
Okay.
In the hand, maybe you need it for 5 minutes.
Sure.
Only if you want to remove the butter from the milk,
Okay.
then you need to do it for a longer time.
Okay. And I can add some curry leaves and salt.
Yeah, that is very good. No,
Okay.
curry leaves
Yeah.
and kothmeer and salt
Correct.
and jeera powder.
Jeera powder. Correct.
All that is very good.
Super.
Especially for a person who has gas, is having some gas here and there's a catch, then you give them buttermilk with hing, perangayam, they call it hing, asafoetida.
Okay.
Really helps. This hing has got this quality to throw the gas out of the body, and buttermilk is very good because it goes through the entire tract and cleanses it out. So it's a very good combo.
Super.
At night time, you have triphala water or triphala with warm water. That will cleanse your gut at
How
least
much
once a
triphala?
week. 2 teaspoons. For elders, 2 teaspoons is
For
definitely there. For
children?
constipation, you definitely may need more. For children, we generally don't go for triphala. We would rather give them some castor oil in quarter glass of milk. Actually, if you remember traditionally, once in 3 months they used to give us a detox.
Correct.
Castor oil, and then that day you don't eat anything until you have. Even now in our hospital and all, we do sadhya virachan very often. Sadhya virachan is something. See, there are 2 3 types where you do follow the full process of Panchakarma and you do a total detox. But not everybody today has got the time to do that. So you do some Sadhya Virechana. That is instant Virechana, it is called. There are some very good tablets, simple things that you can give. You take in the morning, you have 5 6 times motion, your stomach is cleansed. This cleansing is very important for the body. Every season, at least once in 3 months or 4 months, you should cleanse your body. So it will detox your body, remove that coating from your intestine, remove any worms or anything that is accumulated there. Freshen up. You have new flora fauna inside. So all this is very essential. So for all those things, it will be good.
Okay. You talked about castor oil, ma'am. In both in yoga and Ayurveda, castor oil is hugely talked about, right? Castor oil can be used as a great maintenance for health. Can you tell us about castor oil?
One of the most important things that a person should do. Today, castor oil is like a craze. They have come out with castor oil packs, You get a belt sort of thing where you fill the castor oil and then you tie it to your stomach or hand or wherever there is a pain and other things. It's they have modernized it so much. Means so much the effect of castor oil is there. Why is castor oil necessary? See, our body is like a machine. Just like your bike needs overoiling, your body also needs overoiling. There are 2 things. One is ghee internally. You are supposed to have 6 to 8 teaspoons of ghee per day. That is the quantity ghee is required. Trust me. You never put on weight with ghee. I'll tell you, there's a beautiful treatment in Ayurveda where we use ghee. Okay. First day we give 50 ml. They are only supposed to have kanji and 50 ml, then 100, 150, 200, 250 for 5 6 days, only ghee and kanji. And then we give them 3 days massage and then we give them a purgative. They lose 7 8 kgs. They don't gain weight, they lose weight. Logic, okay. In a sacred fire, you put ghee. Does the fire burn well? Then how do you put on fat?
Aha. Oh, it's a fat
They have
burner.
yeah, it's a fat burner.
Ghee burns fat.
Ghee burns fat, one. Second thing is, ghee is a very good lubricant. So, just like your vehicle needs the overoiling, you should take castor oil, say, quarter glass hot water. In that, you put 2 to 3 teaspoons of castor oil or 4 teaspoons of castor oil, at least once in 3 months. That will overoil your full body very well and it will cleanse your gut. What we have to remember is 7 to 8 tablespoon of castor oil will cause loose motion. 2 teaspoon castor oil never causes loose motion. Actually, what you should do once in a week or twice in a week, especially if you are, a person who has got lot of gas, lot of stomach upsets, constipation, dryness in the body, dry skin, pale skin. For all this, you take boiled cumin seed in hot water. 2 to 3 teaspoons of cumin seed, 1 glass of hot water, boil it well, filter. In that you add 2 tablespoons of castor oil. You put half teaspoon of hing in that. You drink that and you see how the gas disappears from your body. Your bloating comes down, the gas disappears, the discomfort and pain in the chest will disappear. This 2 teaspoon lubricates your intestines, your digestive system, your body gets lubricated. And as it soaks into the body, all the joints get lubricated. Castor oil is very essential, a must. And do you know if you put castor oil in your eye, it is so good for your eye?
No.
And 2 to 3 drops you can put. And suppose you don't want to put it inside your eye, you take a band of that round cotton, soak it in castor oil, put it above your eye. Such a good coolant. Very good for the eye. Actually, for the eye, what you have to do, say 4 feet away, you have a table and you light a castor oil lamp. And you do thratak. You look at it continuously till your eyes water. Make the children do it once. They see so much of a TV and always
Yeah.
you're abusing your eyes, computer, phone, TV. You do that. That Thrataka helps your eye. It helps so much. And Putting here at the crown of your head, you put 2-3 teaspoons here. It cools your whole system down. So castor oil or normal gingerly oil or any other good, amla, SSA, all these mixed oils, you get herbal oils. When you put here, what happens? See, the brain is like a root. The nerves and the branches are all over the body. Nerves is the main thing. And you have to give water to the root or the plant, no? These oil is that nutrition that is very essential for our brain. Why do people have so much of a Parkinsonism and paralysis and all,
Right.
no? Dryness, they don't put hair
Alzheimer's.
oil. Yeah, you don't use hair oil. You're making your body go absolutely dry and then you complain. Who is at fault? Liquidation is necessary. Lubrication is necessary. Parkinsonism. Why does the nerve shake so much? It is totally dry. It is highly strung like a guitar. Total. So they keep on moving. What is the treatment? We do oil massage. It comes down. Gingerly oil is the safe. Generally,
For the
gingerly oil. For the head, for the body. That's why lubrication was so much a necessity. Once a week, lubricate your body. Have a oil bath. These things are so
Do
essential.
abhyanga, self-massage.
Yes, you should do a self-abhyanga. You should have oil bath. The babies, when they were growing, what they used to do? Every
Correct.
third day, they used to give a oil bath. They grew so well. Where did they have so many diseases?
Okay, perfect.
Very essential. Oil is not a taboo. It's
Yeah,
a very essential
yeah.
thing in life. And even internally, I'll tell you. There's a saying that every Friday you should have vada paisam. Correct? Vada is like bhaji bonda vada. And paisam is the sweet, what you call the pudding or paisam, which is the sweet. Why? At least once a week, some oil should go into our body. At least once a week, the mother rasam, the sweetness should go to our body. Don't hate sweet. Sweet is not something to be hated. It's a rejuvenator. Why now the fat has come? Because
Yeah.
they think we want to be extra thin, we don't want to
Correct.
put on fat. It's not about putting on fat. It's a basic rejuvenator. How do you rejuvenate yourself without sweet? Rice is a sweet, wheat is a sweet. That are little portion. That also they are saying, no, no, don't want. You take only millets. What's the problem with rice? Rice is a basic necessity at least once a day. At least in lunch, please have rice. That's a madhurasam. That is necessary. That's a necessary thing.
The counter argument would be that rice is only carbohydrate because the husk
No, it
and
is
the
not.
embryo.
It is not. This craze of millets is very drying. Please. They think you avoid carbohydrates and have only millets. Millets is very drying. It's a pittavardhaka. It's a dryer. Your body does not need dryness. It needs wetness.
What if you soak it and then have it?
Even if you soak, there's a basic quality of a millet. Except ragi. Ragi is a beautiful one. Any day go for ragi, okay?
Okay.
But all the other millets are dry. I'm not saying don't have millets. Have it once or twice a week. Don't go overboard. Anything in excess or less is bad. Millets is good once in a while because you may be eating lot of fat, you may be eating so many other things which are heavy. So millets is a balancer. There you can use it. I'm not saying no to millets, but I'm saying please quantify stuff. Don't go crazy behind one. You should have a balance in our body. This is something I really wanted to tell, and good thing you brought it
Yeah.
up, but very essential. That's why even bhaji bonda is very essential. Don't be away totally from things which are fried. You need oil.
The bhaji and the pakoras?
Yeah, why not? Oil is there, right? You need to give some lubrication to your joints. Only that it should be digested. So if you're having bhaji pakoda, don't have food that day. You just have a bhaji or a pakoda.
Okay.
Avoid the food. And then you have a chuku coffee or, a ginger tea. That will help you to digest. Little bit of oil is also necessary. In winter, bhaji has got so many qualities. I can talk 10 minutes on bhaji, which will give us so much of a good
What do you say?
effect. Oh, really? So, anyway, that's beside the point. But rainy season is always dry. So, you need some compacting effect. Bhaji has got the oil. You fry it in oil. So, it becomes soft and it will give you the required moisturization to the body. Then, what do you use in the bhaji? You use chana ka atta. Then, what you will use? You will use the oil. Then, you will use the spices. You use this ajwain,
Correct.
omam and other things. You may use even ajwain leaf. You may use potato slices or raw banana slices or ajwain leaf, or you can make bhaji out of anything, right? So all those things inside are also that is which is a appetizer. Correct. In rainy season, you need something that will appetize. You will have that craving. No, you want to eat something. It's raining outside. You want something hot. So it's combating the chillness outside
Chai
when you have
pakoda.
something out.
Yeah.
This pakoda, these things, they are both moist. So wetness, oil is there. Then the things inside also gives us a satisfying thing. The excess hunger that you're feeling because of the fire being built up because of the vata. So this one is oily. So even if you take one or two, it will fill your stomach. Then all the other things that we are putting, turmeric, which is a very good anti-inflammatory, and all those things that will combat the problems of the disease. And you also put the chili powder in that. You use hing, which actually the gas trouble will be more during the vata season, that is the rainy season. That also is taken care of. So tell me, it is actually a very good food that has been thought of.
Yeah, but because we've always been told that you stay away from fried foods.
That is what. See, what happens, no? Today the stuff is like that. Anything you go overboard over everything.
Correct.
You should avoid fried food along with other food, or maybe once a week. I'm not telling Bajibunda every day, right? I'm telling once in 7 days or once in 10 days. Once in a while you should have. And you see, the body demands, you'll have that craving.
Yeah.
You feel, nahi, aaj to khana chahiye. Like
Especially in rainy seasons.
Rainy season, because that season demands you to have something oily and hot and fried and filling. Everything is necessary. So this fills the gap. So it is essential that also is essential.
Superb, ma'am. I want to come to spices. What are some do's and don'ts of spices? How much spice? In what quantity? Which are the spices which are good for me? Which are the spices which are not good for me? Also, spices is becoming such a big problem these days, ma'am, is because the maximum amount of adulteration is found in spices.
Yeah, adulteration is something that we really need to give a lot of attention to, and try to get it from the proper source, and do whatever is necessary. For example, soak it, methi, soak it in water. All that is, which is very light, will come. You throw that off. All those basic cleansing stuff we may have to do. But spice is one thing that keeps diseases away. That's why Indian food is so famous, because of the spices. Corona time, you remember? India used to be the best, where
Correct.
all the spices was the one that kept us away or more safe during the Corona time. And now we are again into the Corona period, where
Yeah.
the increase is there.
Yeah.
So that's another thing we can talk about. But spices basically is very good. What does it do? Especially the sambar and the rasam spice and the sambar spice, or the pepper rasam spice, all these things, they are made with particular combos, which gives importance to every type of digestion that is required. You need something for digesting the fat, you need something for the carbohydrates, you need something for the spice. So for everything, the combination is so beautifully made, what you eat will get digested. Okay, so that is why, see, a person having a cold, one sneeze will come at home, means the granny will bring the pepper rasam out. Immediately you drink the pepper rasam, you are out of cold. You don't have to go into the fever and go through the whole process of all these things, right? So that way, each spice has got its own thing. And they also, in this masala powder, they will be adding either urad dal or chana dal. Necessary protein comes into it. The thickness of the sambar and other things is taken care. Coconut, which is so essential for the body, despite all the controversy, coconut is very good for the body, very good lubricant, and very good health promoter also. That also comes into that picture, right? Because they grind it with that and do. Green chili, red chili is also good for the body, because you need some spice in our life. They say, no, you need spice in your life, because without that, digestion doesn't take place. Just think, you just take sweets. Food is not digested, right? You do need the pepper and ginger, the red chili,
Garlic.
green chili, garlic. All these are very good spices that actually keeps us healthy. It kills all the unnecessary microbes and the unnecessary things that are there in our body, which causes trouble. So it's a very good cleanser also. Only the thing is, some will generate more heat in the body, like red chili, green chili. You take too much, you have burning sensation. You go for acidity. So you're not supposed to do that. Whereas pepper, you give even to the youngest kid, nothing will
Correct,
happen,
correct.
because after it digests, it is a madhura rasam. It is a sweet byproduct after you take pepper. So nothing happens when you
So,
take pepper.
can we replace green chili and red chili with pepper?
It is for the taste that we don't replace. See, a little bit of green and red chili is fine. It is necessary for the body.
When you say little bit, how much?
Now that's a big question. Like if you have a very spicy chutney, that is bad.
Okay, matlab
Because
you
that
should feel
triggers
it.
Yeah,
You
your
feel
tongue
it.
is the very
Yeah.
good judge of that. Correct? So if it is very, very spicy, sure shot, you will have burning sensation in your stomach. You may also have burning stools, which means the quantity of spice you have used is too much.
Like, everyone's spice threshold is also very different. Like Andhra, you go to,
Oh
Andhra
yeah,
Pradesh,
very heavy.
their spice
It's also
levels.
because of the climate. So climate has an impact on
Okay.
the spices we take also. You see in different countries, different spices.
Correct.
Chennai will be different, Andhra will be different,
Correct.
Karnataka will be different. So all the different things. Major difference between south and north will be non-fried spices. उसका fried होता ही नहीं है. But here you will have fried everything and made it into a combo, make it into sambar and rasam and things like that. So the method of preparations may be different, but spice is spice, and that's what gives us maximum health.
I'm from a different region. My threshold of spice is less. Or even if I'm in the same region, my threshold of spice is different from your threshold of spice. Then how do I know how much spice I should have, or is it different for different people?
Different from different people. Your body will tell you.
Okay. Hmm.
See, if your prakriti is kapha, you're a fat person, you've got a lot of phlegm in your body, you take a lot of sweets. For you, more spice is required to digest the sweet. Okay, but if you're a pitta person, you will not be able to take the spice. You take little and then that's it. You are just have
Correct.
to keep running
Yeah.
to the toilet,
Yeah.
right? A vata person, now spicy, if he takes something spicy but which is oily, he'll be able to digest. But something that is spicy and dry, he just cannot tolerate it. So your body language, your body prakriti, constitution is very important for what you take. So go by your body language. Once you take and you know, okay, this is not suiting me, just go off. So generally there are 6 tastes: Madura, Amla, Lavana, Katu, Tikta, Kashai. Now Madura is sweet,
Sweet,
which
sour,
should be
salty.
the maximum.
Huh.
Then next, amla, that is sour. Sour taste should be the next to the sweet. That sour is necessary. The tamarind you use is necessary. Then lavana, salt. Salt will be less than that. So it's gradually coming down. Katu, the chili powder or the spice that you use, which is tikka, will be less than even the salt that you use. And then tikta and kashai. Tikta is bitter. Bitter in little quantity is sufficient. You don't take bitter things too much. That's not good for the body. So little. And then kasha is the astringent taste, which will just be 1 or 2 pinches. The topping you put, the little bit of salt or the black salt you put, or astringent taste. So that will be little. How beautifully they have done.
Correct. Yeah.
6 tastes. That's why the body building block according to the 6 tastes. If you classify, that's a beautiful classification. Wonderful. It is.
So if I know in my plate, if I have all these 6 tastes,
You must have every
then
day.
it's a balanced diet.
Yes. All 6 has to be there.
Including sweet.
Yes.
Which is being bashed these days.
Yeah, that rice is the sweet, ragi is sweet.
Not the sugar sweet, not the
Yeah, sugar
pastry,
sweet at least
chocolate sweet.
once a week. Like I said, no,
Okay.
some little bit is essential. You should
Okay.
not go off it. That's wrong.
So sugar is also needed for the body.
Yes. So you say it in the form of a sugar, or you say it in the form of a jaggery, or some sweet, which you make out of, ghee or sweet के साथ बनाते हैं, जैसे बर्फी बनाते हैं, पायसम बनाते हैं, that sort of a thing.
White sugar is not good, na?
White sugar, because of the process with which it is involved, because it involves sulfur and other things, which is giving more damage to the body. So, otherwise, sugarcane, it is very good. In jaundice, sugarcane is a juice.
Correct.
This is very essential.
Correct. So the kind of sugar, but sugar as such.
Sweet, madhur rasam. Let us
In
not
its-
use the word sugar. We'll say madhur rasam is very essential for the body. That's the base of the body, actually.
Sure. Every time I come to Bangalore, I freak out on the biryanis, right? So the Nagarjunas and you have the Meghanas of the world, right? The Meghana biryani is my favorite biryani. It is so spicy. So every time I have to call him up and tell him, yaar, spice levels kam karo. I am for my grandfather. He's 102 years old. Unko pet lag jayega. So make non-spicy, zero spices, it's zero spicy. Nothing should come. I wanted to give you this instance to basically say that everyone's spice levels and thresholds are so different. Like I get burning in the anal area if I have that
That's what I
as is
said. You
biryani.
should never have that much. You should never have that.
But there are people who eat that kind of spice
Maybe they are
levels for.
kapha. Maybe they are kapha.
Or
but
it
they
is-
will be having repercussion. Don't ever have a feeling that it's not. So the best thing is when you have a spicy biryani or anything, top it up with a big glass of lassi. You take only half half of what you can eat, other half thick lassi, where it will combat that particular spice.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will be ending up having loose motions or burning motions, acidity,
Yeah.
all those things.
Okay. Let's come to the cooked meals now. That's the main thing people would want to know. In my main cooked meals, what should I take? What should I not take? How much should I take? And at what timings? One school of thought you've busted that people who bash wheat and rice is not correct. You also need wheat and rice, right? In your diet. You should rather have millets. That you have busted and you have said no. In your perception, you should have millets sometimes only, and you should have rice and wheat. Are there any such foods are there any such cooked foods which people think are okay to have, but they are not okay to have? And are there such foods which are not okay to have, but people think it is okay to have?
Ghee. People think we should not have ghee. But ghee is one of the best things that you can have. Like we already went through it, it is a very good one, which is a lubricant, which is very good for the body. That's the one that actually fuels our digestive fire. So ghee is definitely one myth that you can forget about it. It is good cholesterol. It is not bad cholesterol. And if you don't have ghee, you go into a dry skin. You go into so many other
Joint
dryness.
issues.
Joint issues is the first thing. You don't have ghee or you don't have oil, you have the creaking sound in your joints. Just like the door. The hinge will be tight, means you start having the creaking sound, means okay, you overoil it. Similarly, in our body, you start having the joints. You have a pain here, they do like this, you have the cracking sound. Or in your knee, you walk and you have that, click sound like that. That all shows that your body is lacking terribly in either ghee or oil.
Okay, so ghee is one. What is the other?
Yeah. Then what else? Castor oil. Everybody has got a feeling that, if you take castor oil, you'll have loose motions and all. But castor
Or
oil
if you
is,
just have a lot of oil, even in food, people say, no, oilless food without
Yeah.
no non-oily food.
but that
That's
is very wrong. Any vehicle, if it has to move, there has to be a lubrication. So you do need lubricants. So basically, whatever food you eat, no, it should not be very dry. Today, people go for that. Only dry pulavs, all those sort of things, biryanis. They are very dry. But please top it up with something. I'm not saying it's not good. It's okay, but along with that, there should be plenty of liquid. So
raita works, na? Biryani and raita.
But raita should be more in quantity. The little cup they give for this much raita is no, not sufficient. So actually, if you have rice, you should have lot of sambar, lot of rasam, lot of buttermilk. The side dish should be have lot of gravy. Or go in for something after that which has got some, liquid in that. Always remember, it has to blend well. Dry food will give only dryness in the body. It does not give you the needed lubrication the body needs. The ghee and the oil is the lubricants. Water is another type of lubricant which is meant for, mixing things together. Like that, each one has got its own profile. So it is very essential. So these are the things people think they should not have, but they actually have to have. Similarly, it's not that you should eat only vegetables which are cooked and all. You can have a vegetable soup or a vegetable juice. Any of these things is very good.
And what are the foods which are okay but are actually not good?
See, curd is a congestive, probiotic, no doubt. But you can't take too much curd if you are, over obese or you are having cold. Then the curd will bother you actually. So that is one thing. That is as far as the quantity is concerned. You should use seasonal things. Don't store and non-seasonal you use in wrong season. It's not that good because our body is geared to that. Whatever is in the season, we should use that particular season fruits and all.
Okay.
So, whether it is fruits or vegetables, whatever it is, seasonal is the best. Please don't eat when you're watching the TV or anything, which is very, very important for the kids. Now, the mothers find it so easy that if they give them a book or a phone, the child will keep looking at that and eat. Food, what we digest is not the food itself. We also digest the thoughts that go along with that. So, whatever they are eating, whatever they are reading, or whatever they are seeing, all that is going inside. Mind is more powerful than the body. What they digest in the mind will be much more. You see a TV serial where everybody in the house is fighting with each other or cooking up all different methods to kill the other people and other things. That is what goes into the mind. Really, the serials in the afternoon and all what I've seen, no, it's always about breaking up a family, not about bringing the family together. I just don't know why there is so much passion about that. But just imagine when you're eating and you're looking at all these things. That's really terrible. because mind absorbs all these things subconsciously. When the need comes, that's what comes up in their mind. They should actually be geared that they should be a hero. They should go and help somebody, not be a villain and go and fight and, this is mine. That sort of a thing and all should not come. So, what we do when we are eating, we should be very careful because at that time, our focus will be on what is going inside. So, that is very, very essential and which is nutritious also. So, say, here we prepare this puliore. South Indians know that very well. Tamarind rice. Tamarind rice is a very vague word. Actually, the correct word is puliore, which they call it even in the temple and all. It is made up of very good spices with tamarind and other things. Such a good digestive. They used to call it avele amrutam. That is, it's a amrutam which you can take it even at night, 12 o'clock, and it will get digested. Otherwise, you're not supposed to eat at night. But that puliore is one food that you can take even at night. It is such a good digestive. So all those things will get cleansed. So similarly, in that way, if you see, there are a number of pulaus that is very good for us. To name a few, see, lemon rice, mint rice, curd rice, pulao, then sambar rice, ghee salt rice. Just before eating, you put ghee and salt first and you eat that. No, that is very good. It actually kindles the fire also.
So before meals,
ghee rice, the first three, they do parishodhana. If you know, the Brahmins, they'll put water around it. Then they drink. Then the first three things they take will be with ghee. Because ghee is one thing that goes and
lubricates.
Not lubricates. It instigates the fire, like the homa. You put ghee and the fire burns. So digestion will be very beautiful. So ghee and salt rice is also another common thing that a person can take.
So I can take one morsel of rice.
3 morsels.
Three morsels of rice.
3 morsels of rice, ghee and
Dip
salt.
it in ghee and salt.
Just put ghee.
Okay, just ghee on
ghee,
top.
1 teaspoon to that and a little bit of salt. Mix it. First 3 should be that. Then only the other meal.
Okay, I had this question around ghee now, ma'am, since you reminded. How should you consume ghee, in its solid or in its liquid form?
Liquid.
Never in its solid form?
No. So either hot rice, if you're putting, it will liquefy by itself. Otherwise, it should always be liquid.
Okay.
So on the table when you're bringing it, just heat it and bring. That will be the best one. Okay. And then there is this omam rice. You make the rice and then you fry this omam in ghee. And then you put it on the rice and give, especially for after birth, after delivery, that women and all are giving this omam rice. It removes the water, excess water from the body. So this is also something very heavy which anybody can do, right? And then you have this mustard rice. Kadhavare, they say, no? Just like you put mango rice, instead of that, they'll only use this mustard as a spice and they will do. That also is a very good digestive.
Okay.
And then you have, of course, the biryanis and the kanji. Kanji is very common,
Correct.
Especially for a sick person whose digestion is very poor, no? Kanji is the best. Kanji is like a porridge. See, basically, whatever names I have told before, puli is actually tamarind, omam is ajwain, then lemon is the lemon that we use. All these first names that comes behind the rice is the main spice that is used in that preparation. And because of that, they are all digestives. So in a week, you prepare 1 or 2 in every week, Every portion of our digestion is taken care of. Tamarind takes care of one portion, ajwain takes care of another portion, jeera takes care of another portion. Jeera rice is so common, right?
Correct.
So like that, all these things go towards digestion. So different menus. Today, everybody wants variety.
Yeah.
So instead of just sticking to one, you have all these things. It is a very good
Super
palette. So those things. And then, after a heavy meal, you have a bitter leaf. Pan. It was very good. Pan with tobacco is bad. Who said pan is bad? After food, especially after lunch, where bitter leaf is so good. Everything you put in that is actually very good for the health.
Like, what are the things you should put? Because these days you get
See,
chocolate
som
pan.
is there. No, don't go for all those things. I'm talking about the traditional pan, where there's a little bit of lime that goes in, which gives the necessary calcium.
Tuna.
The leaf, tuna. Leaf itself is a very good digestive, very good for the stomach, I'll tell you. Okay. It also heals any ulcers in the mouth. Then you can put variali, you can put any other, tutti frutti and things like that. Except things like tobacco or anything that causes
Gulkand
other
is
issues.
fine?
Gulkand is very fine, especially when you are having a pitta or you had a very spicy food. Please have gulkand. So these things are very good. Pan is good. this pan for youngsters, babies and all, no, lot of heat, they'll be crying and you won't know what to do. What they'll do, they'll cut the pan into two halves, and they'll apply castor oil over that, heat it gently, and then they'll put one here and one over the umbilicus. So nicely the baby will sleep. And this thing was done after the baby is born till about 2 to 3 months. All grannies used to do it on an everyday basis. Never the children used to cry unnecessarily due to pain, nor due to burning sensation in the urine. Motion used to be normal. Such a simple thing.
So thank you so much, and we hope to see you again. If you, हम आपका पल्लू पकड़े रखे. अब बोले पल्लू छोड़ो
I
छोड़ो
hope
छोड़ो.
there's a small gap in between.
Chetan, when are you calling ma'am next? We won't let her go only, na? We won't let ma'am go.
He'll get scared. Thank God.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Okay.
To continue watching shorter pieces of this content, you can subscribe to Shlloka Clips on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video and follow us on Spotify. Pranam. In case you'd like to be a part of our online and in-person yoga, diet and spiritual programs, you can join our WhatsApp group below, where we post all our upcoming programs and give free tips on health, diet and lifestyle.